Hello. I thought I'd do another wee vlog because I'm in a better place right now and I'm not going to preach at you. Well, I might at the end, but I'm not going to, preach at you. This last week or so, I've had a bit more of a boost of energy, which I do believe that my medications are starting to work. I've started losing weight again. I'm down 4 pounds. In a few weeks, so I'm happy with that. I'm actually ecstatic with that. I really am. So health wise, I'm feeling much better. I'm actually debating whether to go out for a walk or not because it does give thunderstorms, but there hasn't been any thunder yet, and it's been on and off rain. But you can put on a coat, But I'm making this vlog for a reason, and it's something that's been playing on my mind for the last, I don't know, few months. I really hankering, that's a great word, hankering, for a simple life. A life that I'm not chasing the newest, the latest gadget or chasing, having a subscription to this and that and the other. I do think we're coming into a phase in our lives. Things are changing. I'm not going to say too much in case I'm banned, but I'm pretty worried about Project 2030. I'm just going to leave that there. That's something, and I'm going to be branded as a conspiracy theorist for saying that, but I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to park it because I do think that the next 3 years is going to be a bit different for most of us, if not all of us. But I've had this sort of a thing where I'm also wearing my watch now, my proper wrist, my left wrist rather than my right, but I still feel it. I don't feel it on that wrist at all, so maybe we'll go back to that wrist. But anyway, I've been watching this sort of thing on YouTube, living a simple, free lifestyle. And every August, September time, I get this feeling, I missed another year. Maybe I should have planted cucumbers and tomatoes and lettuce and sorry for the interruption. That was one of my fellow elders in the church. I was ringing them about sort of trying to book the church hall for an event. She's got the church diary, so she's got to tell you about what nights the halls are free. Anyway, as I was saying, I keep missing every September and October or August and September. I think to myself, darn, that was another year I missed. I should have been planting things like cucumbers and lettuce and tomatoes and broad beans, sugar beets, snugger snaps, peas, and all these different things that you can grow in your garden. I just felt raging. I always forget, but I'm going to do it next year, and that ties in with a simple lifestyle and not sort of relying on having to go to the store every day. I think my main goal in life is to get rid of these things, to be efficient on my own. That's an old car that doesn't work anymore, so good luck. So yeah, I want to be able to live simply, and I've been watching all these. I would never get away with it. I'm a married man. My wife would go, "Are you mad?" I would love to leave my house and go and live in a cabin somewhere. I would. As much as I love gadgets, loved having a TV to be able to watch, to stream things. I love having my laptop. I love having my tablet, my phone. I love gadgets. Recently got Ring doorbells. I love them. Going out to a log cabin somewhere being off grid, that's not going to work, is it? In the long run. And there I go, chasing the next thing. I'm quite happy with the phone I have, so I think I will stick with this phone for a while. I wonder what that was on it. I think I'm quite happy, and I think I would stick with that for a long time until as much times it gives up. There's no need for a new phone every year, every 2 years, or every 5 years. Maybe every 5 years, but I've only had this a year and a bit, so there's a wee while to go. But I think being content is something that I'm learning as I'm getting older. And like, I'm only 38, but as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize that contentment's, it's what life is for. To be content in your own skin. Who's cutting their lawn? I hear a lot more, but I don't see a lot more. Anyway, talking a bit off grid, this is a little radio. It's also a torch, and if you were in trouble, an SOS. It's also a little radio. Hopefully it'll... And that's it. I don't know who that man is cutting my neighbour's lawn, but anyway. It's also a little crank up one there. You can crank it up. I have two of these. I had this sort of vision. These weird things. As you know, I dream a lot and I have stupid visions. Maybe this wasn't just as stupid. I had this vision the other night in the bathroom. I'll not tell you what I was doing, but you can imagine. I was actually shaving. That's what I was doing. And I just had this vision of me just packing up my essentials. The things that I need. So in there was a razor. There was a couple of packs of razor blades. There was a shaving brush. There was shaving soap. There was a bar of soap for washing myself. A towel. A face cloth. Then there was my toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash. The mouthwash wouldn't last too long neither with toothpaste, to be honest. But a couple of pairs of underwear, a couple of shirts, a couple of pairs of jeans. And just up and leaving. I had this stupid thing, where I had to leave because it was what needed to happen. And I could envision myself doing all this while I was shaving. It was crazy. So I don't know. But just simple and living free. Not free as in not, obviously you have to buy things. To pay for the electricity, you have to pay for your whatever else, your gas bill, you have to pay for internet to use the internet. What I'm trying to say is, although Laura loves Netflix, I don't watch Netflix. And Laura pays for Netflix, so that's fair enough. She watches it, she gets to use it. I pay YouTube Premium. I do. I'm $12.99 a month. Maybe it's silly, I don't know, but I haven't seen an advert, and I think adverts annoy the life out of me now. Whenever at work, and we have a tablet at work where I put on like farming videos for my farming, because I live in a rural area of Northern Ireland that's full of farmers, and maybe they want to watch a sheep farmer or a cow farmer or someone milking a cow or herding sheep or whatever it may be, fixing a wire fence. YouTube's great for that. And adverts come on all the time. I end up playing it on my phone because there's no adverts, But I'm sure, I think Chuck, you told me that you can get an ad blocker. Might try that for a month and see how I get on. But yeah, I'm slowly building up an artillery of TV shows and movies on that. I have tons of DVDs and box sets galore, and I haven't got a DVD player. So I'm finding ways to try and get them burned off and onto the laptop and then put them onto a hard drive so they can watch them on the TV. And I'd be happy. Let's face it. I haven't a great desire to watch TV anymore. I watch TV, but it's not TV. I don't go to watch the digital channels anymore. I don't watch BBC One, BBC Two, ATV, Channel 4, Channel 5, and so forth. That's the UK channels. I don't watch those channels. I don't have a desire to watch them. Any news I want, I get on the phone or the tablet or the laptop. I just think there's something. Even today, I looked into getting logs for my log burner. Now my log burner is just heats this room. Close the door at night in the winter's night. Burn the log burner for 2 or 3 hours. It's quite a small log burner, so the smaller logs does it. And depending on how I'm mastering. It's taken me 6 years, but I'm mastering how to work the inlet, the air inlet. And you could have this living room, this room, it's quite a medium-sized room, pumping hot with heat. And when you open the door, the rest of the house is cold if you don't have the gas on. But that heat will travel, and it's not going to heat the whole house, is it? But if there's a way I could harvest that heat, that would heat our bedroom. Our bedroom's not directly above, but it's over that way. So our ensuite is actually sitting above our living room over there. If there was a way you could put an event that could go onto the floor and have an event inside the bedroom where the heat could come up through. But I haven't thought about that. I've been thinking about that, something that'll harvest the heat, that'll bring it up without ugly pipes. I don't think my wife would want that. Speaking of Laura's going in for surgery very soon, and I'm worried about her because we're hoping it's not a look-see, open up, looky-see, close up again, nothing we can do, or look up, looky-see. Can't do anything yet, but we'll do eventually. This surgery will either be a look-see, hopefully it won't be. It'll either take away an ovary or it'll take away everything. They don't want to put her into early menopause at 35. But early menopause will be better than what she is going through. I'm just going to leave that there. So that's what's on my mind at the minute. But this whole idea of just living a simple life, I would quite happily, if I had TV for 2 hours in the evening, where I had my YouTube, or I had my favourite episode of Little House on the Prairie, or Still Game, or Are You Being Served, or Fraser, or Raymond, Everybody Loves Raymond, or just to name but a few things that I like, even King of the Hill, Top Gear, Duck Dynasty, all those programs. If I could have a couple of hours in the evening watching them on the TV, during the day I would happily farm a little bit of land. I would read my Bible. I would still use my phone, but you could just thinking about ways of living a little more content, a little bit of more slower living, Probably at 38, that's the wrong way of looking at it. Should be fast. I'm now off my work schedule now. My main job is Monday to Thursday. So I'm now looking for, I've had a few weeks of being off, since March, this is now August, of being off constantly Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm now in a place where I want to do something on a Friday and Saturday to get me out of the house is one, and two, earn a little bit extra cash, So I don't know what I'm doing there, but I'm hoping maybe to start a little bit of delivery driving or something. Maybe, I don't know, maybe car parts, or I'm on the process of looking for a part-time job there, so it'll be a little extra bit of income, Health-wise, as I keep saying, I'm doing well. I'm eating more greens than I ever did before. I love greens. I love So I'm going to I bought spring onions, or scallions as we know them here in the UK and Northern Ireland. I ate the green, and the white bit I'm going to put into soil, and I'm going to let it grow, shoot again. So that'll be a wee bit. So I'll have unlimited spring onions. Next year I'm going to plant some more things in the garden, even just pots full of things. I don't think Laura would approve of me digging up the land. The wee bit of grass out the front, wee bit of grass out the front, as you can probably see there. But in the back there's a bit more. But my grandfather grew cucumbers and spring onions and lettuce and cabbages in window boxes. So I could do that too. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. I'm in a far better place. I am. My bloods are starting to go up, as I do believe in myself. The doctor told me that I would only start losing weight if my thyroid was to come back to normal, and I think it's coming up because I've lost 4 pounds. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it, and I'm working on life and mentally. November 2025, end of November 2025 was a very, very dark, and even December 2025 was a very dark time for me. The whole thing with work. I'm now in a different place to work. I'm still doing the same job, but I'm in a different area. And I am in so much better headspace. It's amazing. It's amazing how, and the diabetes thing, as I've said in my previous video, it was a blessing in disguise because it's made me start to look after myself. Mind you, I scoffed 25 pieces of sugar-free candy. What does that do to your body? That's right, it gives you diarrhea. I was up 2 nights ago with flaming diarrhea because of eating so much sugar-free candy, sugar-free sweets. I'll not do that again. Last night I had a very bad gut. I ate mackerel yesterday for the first time in a long, long time, and it really upset my stomach. I don't know why. And I took milk magnesia. Well, that made it worse. I thought milk magnesia would settle even the gas. The gas was rotten, sulfuric, rotten. So yeah, we're getting into great detail, aren't we, Joe? But so yeah, life is good at the moment, and I'm physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually doing not too bad. I would nearly break your legs to go out for a walk. I would, and I think if I leave it for a few hours, maybe leave it later on this evening, just to. I like to go out for a walk around 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. It's probably not safe, but I like to go out that time where there's not too many about, and I can just go at my own pace. Whereas I would feel people are looking at me. So anyway, well, that's my life update. Living simply, being more content in life, my health's sort of getting back on track. Brian, that thing in your eye is very scary looking. Really, really scary looking. I know you got the diabetes around the same time I did. And it really went for your eyes. For me, it was just boom. And then I just changed my whole lifestyle, and I got my A1C right down. I'm not going to convert it because I just don't know what the American equivalent is to the British equivalent. But anyway. So, and Dave, I know you've been battling ill health recently as well. And I'm thinking of you, man. You know, it's tough, and ill health is a horrible thing. And anxiety is a horrible thing as well. And I've suffered with that in the past several months. So, yeah, the anxiety I had going back to work was mental. Was really, really bad. It was horrible. the thought of going back to work, and then whenever I went back to work, the first day or two, sort of, I started to feel more at home again. And the two places I'm working now, I could not ask for better places. They have accepted me. I feel part of the team. I'm wanted. I'm appreciated. And that's the key, to feel appreciated. Well, everybody, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. God bless. And if I was to give you any advice in any way possible, consider Jesus. I told a man the other day to consider Jesus, and his eyes filled with tears. I'm not a preacher, and I would never preach to you. I'll just finish with my video telling you, consider Jesus before it's too late. Bye-bye.